Alright students, today we are going to study an important equipment used in high voltage substations, the Capacitive Voltage Transformer, or simply the CVT. I have drawn the CVT circuit on the blackboard. Let us understand each element slowly and also see why every part is needed. Why do we need a CVT? First, let us ask a simple question. In transmission systems, voltages are very high. 132 kilovolts, 220 kilovolts, 400 kilovolts, and even higher. Can we directly connect meters or protection relays to such voltage? No. So we need a device which reduces this voltage safely and accurately. That device is the CVT. Capacitors C1 and C2. Now look at the top portion of the diagram. Here we have two capacitors, C1 and C2. These two form what we call a capacitive voltage divider. Let me explain slowly. C1 is connected towards the high voltage line. C2 is connected towards the lower potential side. Because of the capacitor ratio, the system voltage gets divided. So instead of taking the full transmission voltage, we take only a small fraction of it. This is the first and most important function of a CVT, voltage reduction using capacitance. Remember this point. CVT first reduces voltage using capacitors, not a magnetic transformer. Intermediate point X to T. Now observe this point between the capacitors, marked X and T. This point gives us the divided voltage. But this voltage is not yet suitable for measurement. Why? Because capacitors introduce phase shift and the output depends on frequency. So we need additional components to correct this. Electromagnetic transformer. Now look at the center. This is the transformer marked TR. This is similar to a normal voltage transformer. Its role is to further step down the voltage, to provide isolation, and to supply standard secondary voltage like 110 volts. So the capacitors perform the major voltage reduction and the transformer provides final conversion and isolation. Compensating reactor. Now look at this element marked Z. This is called the compensating reactor. Since the voltage divider is capacitive, it introduces reactance and phase error. Protection relays require very accurate phase information. So the reactor is added to compensate the capacitive reactance. In simple words, capacitors create phase error, reactor corrects that error. This improves voltage accuracy and phase angle performance. Damping device. Next, we see the element marked D. This is the damping circuit. In CVTs, oscillations may occur because of interaction between capacitance and transformer inductance. Sometimes, dangerous conditions like ferroresonance can appear. The damping circuit absorbs these oscillations. So remember, damping circuit equals stability and oscillation control. Resistor R and spark gap. Now look to the right side of the diagram. We have resistor R and a spark gap connected to ground. These provide protection. When a surge or lightning impulse comes, voltage rises suddenly, spark gap conducts, excess energy goes safely to ground. The resistor limits current and protects the internal insulation. Complete working. Let us now read the whole process from top to bottom. High voltage enters the CVT. Capacitors C1 and C2 divide the voltage. Intermediate voltage appears at X-T point. Compensating reactor corrects phase error. Transformer TR steps down to usable level. Damping circuit prevents oscillations. Spark gap and resistor protect against surges. A CVT is not just a simple transformer. It is a combination of capacitive divider, compensation network, electromagnetic transformer, damping system, and protection components. All these together provide accurate voltage for metering and protection in high voltage systems. If this Blackboard explanation helped you understand CVT clearly, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and keep learning power system concepts step by step.